thing where, if you look around, 2 or 3, God in his name, he's here. He's in the mix. One thing I thank God for, he don't look at the numbers.
Oh, man.
People look at the numbers.
Yes.
And the thing they'll say, how many people y'all got in y'all church? How many people? I tell them, Jesus said, well, there are 2 or 3 is in the mix. Yeah. It's not about numbers. It's not about how many people in the house of God. Because you got 25 people, you got some devils, honey. Oh. You got 100, you got some devils up in the house. Amen. But God said, if I can deal with 5, I can deal with 5.
All right,
man.
If I can get 5 right, that's good. But when you got over 150, believe me, it's a word. Amen. The devil's in there. Somebody gonna be rebellious, gonna be hard-headed. Somebody gonna be stiff-necked, don't want to hear. Somebody gonna get mad. Somebody gonna get jealous. Yes. Somebody gonna get bitter. Somebody gonna get envy. I can go on and tell you. Somebody ain't gonna like it. Amen. Somebody in that bunch is not gonna like it. Jesus. So we just gotta count it all joy that we are in the place where God wants us to be. So we can't come unless God draw us unto him. And I thank God for that. And I just not going to hold you up long, but I got a word from the Lord. Amen. I got a word from the Lord. Amen. Because he gave it to me. And when he gave it to me, I had to think about that thing. I said, okay, Jesus. I said, Lord, I have to look at me, myself. But the message, it is for the pastors, but it's also for the members. It's not only for the pastors, it's for the members, the elders, deacons, evangelists, missionaries, go on. God says for everybody. But one thing about it, if you're going to receive it, when you hear it. So, if you turn to the book of 1 Peter, 1 Peter chapter 5. I said, well, Lord, I know I got to bring the word because I know it's past the anniversary. But he had gave me something. I'm just going oversight. I said, oversight. He get oversight. I said, Jesus. I said, okay, oversight. But I had to understand what he was saying about the oversight. So I went and studied a little bit here. But if we're going to read chapter 5. We're going to skip down to verse 2. And then you catch on what God is saying. He said, chapter 5, verse 2, feed the flock of God, which is among you, taking oversight. Daryl, we're going to stop there. I'm going to give you my subject, what he gave me. Jesus gave you the oversight to watch over his flock. Jesus gave you the oversight to watch over his flocks. So, oversight. We're gonna find out oversight. I didn't come here happy. I just really God wants me to break it down and teach this thing. The oversight is this. When God gives the leader the oversight means you got to be watchful. You got to be awake. You got to be a lookout for danger that come in your house. When God gives the leader the oversight, you got to be very careful who's coming among your members. Because it's a spirit can creep in unaware if you don't have the oversight what Jesus gave you. So when you are wide awakened, you can see that predator creeping in. Amen. So that's the reason why Jesus said, I gave you the oversight. I gave you a vision. I gave you a seeing eye that you can see these things coming in. Yes. We got to be watchful. Yes. Watchful is very important in God's house. When God gave you the oversight, we got to be careful what's coming around our member. Jesus said, these are his flocks that I gave you to tend to, that they don't be either caught up in the thing, because the spirits are real. We got to be careful what's coming around God's flocks in his house. And then he said, not by constraining. That's what Jesus, constraining, man. I said, okay, G, we're going to break this constraining down. Limitation and restriction. God said the limitation, don't put on so much restriction on the people of God. The limitation, you ought to know your limitation. You got to know your limitation. Because if God gave you the oversight, he even gave you the limitation to his people. So we got to get around this restriction. A lot of people in God's house got a lot of restriction that God didn't tell you to do. Did he tell you to do this? This restriction can be very dangerous to his flock. So we ought to be able to take the limitation what God gave us. We got to be careful how we doing things with God's people. Because there's a lot of restriction on God's people that God did not tell leaders to do. Be careful. Just be careful now. You better say, well, Jesus, did you tell me this? Or did I tell myself this? Got to be careful. And then he said, but willing. Okay now, willing now. That means, are you ready? Willing means you ready to do God's will. You ready to take care of his flocks. You ready to feed his flocks. Feed them the word. Teach them. Help them to grow in the spirit of the Lord. And when you see something that is not right, go to them. Take counsel with them. Because that's the thing you're supposed to do when God gives you the oversight. Somebody might be having a hard time. But God said, I gave you the oversight to see that person. Go to that person. Take them aside. Counsel them. Because they need help. There's a lot of people of God need some help in some area that we got the oversight, but we lack in it. Because we overlook it. God said, don't overlook my flock when they are hurting. When they need to be fed, feed them. When they need to be guided, guide them. Because God said, I gave you the flock. I gave you to protect them. Because it's a lot of division coming in the house of God. It's dividing God's flocks. We got to be careful about that. Yes. We got to make sure ain't no division among the flocks he gave you. And be careful. Be ready to give God people the word. And then he said, not filthy lunacy. A lot of people think filthy means nasty or something like that. But God said, no, what are you talking about? Filthy lunacy is dishonest and dishonorable. When you are dishonest, how can God tell you something when you don't even honor him? So when you are dishonest, how can you tell his flock something? Because guess what? We are the example they looking at. So you got to take it like God give you. It's a lot of dishonest and dishonorable leaders in God's house that are not doing what God told them to do. Yes. So how can you be an example to God's people when you ain't living like you should? Jesus. Amen. 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 But of a ready mind. Your mind got to be changed. Your mind got to be ready. Your mind you got to renew your mind. You got to renew that spirit. Because if your mind ain't renewed, how can you tell the flock something? When your mind ain't stayed on Jesus. When your mind ain't fasting and praying. When your mind ain't reading the word. When your mind is not telling God people what to do and what to hear from God. Jesus. We got to have a ready mind. A ready mind. We can lack in a whole lot of stuff. We got to get this oversight together. That's what God said. I gave you the oversight. Don't be so caught up. Another thing God wants me to tell you. Don't get so gullible with people. See, when you get so gullible with people, guess what? You can't hear God. You can't see God. What he's trying to tell you. Because when you get caught up in people, you think, oh, they all right. Oh, they good. Oh, they can do this. But Jesus, I'm telling you, you better be watchful. He tried to speak to you, but you still can't hear. He's trying to warn you, but you still won't hear. Because when you get caught up in people, how can you hear God? Jesus. When you're so close to people, how can you hear God? Jesus. When you don't back up from people, that's when the predator gonna come in. Jesus. So God said you got to step back and be watchful. You got to be a ready mind. You got to hear God. Yes. You got to see what God is telling you to see. We see it, but sometimes we'll back from it. You sure, God, you want me to say this? If Jesus, if I gave you the oversight, I want you to tell them. Don't allow God's flock to get distracted with other things that God didn't say. It's a whole lot of distraction going on in the house of God. It's a whole lot of mess going on in the house of God. And God said, how can you hear Jesus, what I'm telling you when there's so much mess going on up in the house of God? It's a whole bunch of mess. That's why Jesus said, I gave you the oversight to take care of his flocks, to feed my flock, to teach my flock, to guide my flocks, to help my flock. But if we ain't feeding them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go somewhere else and get fed. But they go somewhere else and get fed, it's going to be the wrong feeding. And that's why a whole lot of confusion coming in. When they come back, they all confused because they don't hear somebody else teaching. Yes. I'm telling you. It's happening all in the house of God. It's happening. You wonder why when they come back, they saying stuff that is not of God because they don't went to another teacher. Because Jesus said, when I gave you the oversight, you can see it. You have to be careful with that type of spirit. Make sure you don't get gullible in this stuff. That's why God said, I gave you the flock. I want you to take care of them. I want you to protect them. I want you to love them. That same thing he told Peter, feed my sheep. Man. You love me? Feed my sheep. Yes. He said it 3 times, did it? Feed my sheep. Yes. We got to feed the sheep. If we don't feed the sheep, how in the world are they going to grow? Jesus. That's why Jesus said, I gave you the oversight. I gave you the oversight and I gave you the flock. That's what I gave you to feed them. Don't worry about if nobody ain't here. Worry about the flock that are here. The one that are faithful unto you. That's the one that you need to feed. That's the one you need to guide. To direct their path. To show them the way. You got to be careful. Because Jesus said, I see. And that's why I gave you the oversight. So you can see it. So we got to be careful of coming in your house, don't be so gullible now. Because guess what? Jesus said, do you know them by the fruit they bear? What kind of fruit they bear? Do you really know them? If you don't know, I best thing you better pray and ask God to show you who they really are. And don't think he won't show you now. Be careful. Just be careful. Know them that labor among you. Be careful. Because Jesus said, I gave you the oversight. I gave you the flocks for you can take care of them. Because a lot of flocks are leaving the house of God. And you got to wonder, why they do this? Why? Because they don't got entangled with somebody else word, somebody else teaching. And that's when they try to come back and they all confused. But Jesus said, once I gave the leaders the oversight, you ought to be able to see the things that comes in your house. Be careful who come in your house. Even they coming in here, still be careful. They can sing like a mockingbird. They can praise the Lord. They can prophesy. They can do everything. But God said, be watchful. I gave you the oversight. I gave you the oversight. And I thank God. God didn't give me a long message. He just wanted me to tell y'all, just be watchful over his flocks that you have with you. Take care of them, protect them, feed them, teach them, help them, guide them, counsel them. In every way that God tells you, just take care of them. Because Jesus said, you got to take care of my flocks. Take care of them and watch over them and protect them, because the predator, he's creeping, y'all. He's creeping. Just be watchful. Have a watchful eye. God gave you the oversight. Use it. You see something going on in the house of God, you have the authority to get it straight. If God let you see it, you got the authority to get it right. Because if you don't get it right, that spirit going to go from one person to another. It's going to tear God's flocks all to pieces. If you don't get that spirit, you don't get it out of there, believe me, it will tear the house down. God said when you see that stuff going on in the house, you need to correct it. Chastise it. Get rid of it. Because it's not the people, it's a spirit trying to take over the house. Got to be watchful. Jesus gave y'all the oversight. So use it to the best of your ability. Make sure Jesus showing you now. Make sure Jesus showing you the oversight. That's all I have. Y'all pray for me.
Amen.